All right, man. Let me get set up, brother. What is up? Oh, oh man. Tune in afterwards. Welcome, brother. Welcome back. Welcome. Let me set up. Man. All right, brother. Let me get situated. If you're right there waiting, um, da, da, da. Holy moly. Hey, what is up, brother? Give me a sec. I did not bring my water. Oh, man. Put it back. Hey, hold on, brother. Give me a minute. I cannot find my water bottle. That's not good. Man. Oh, man. All right. Sorry about that, brother. Oh, man. Oh, no. Hey, yo. All right. This doesn't go yet. Look, I don't know what the hell happened to my bottle of water. I mean, yes, figured out what happened. Found out what happened. Turns out that somebody put my bottle of water away somewhere, but it's okay. I got it. It did almost get me upset, but I fought it. What is up, brother? Who do we have? Thanks for tuning in. Whether you are close or far away, somewhere in outer space. Hey, you never know. Maybe the aliens are watching. No, the aliens are inside of us. That's all I can tell you. Bacterial growth. Meaning bacterial growth. It all started with microorganisms. But anyway, we're not here to learn about science, brother, and biology. We can call it biology. Brother, how you doing tonight, brother? Hope you're doing good. It's a late night right here. 9/11. 9/11, brother. It's 9 p.m. with 11 minutes. What is up? Tune in. Welcome. Um, had another hard time starting up. Usually I start up okay, but not much to do, so I can set up myself to, do what I need to do. But anyway, repair times. I just wanted to go over like how it went with this behemoth because now it looks like a, what can we call it? What does it look like on the screen? It doesn't look like a 1/8 scale no more. It looks like a blown up 1/10 scale. No, maybe a 1/16 scale. It's like if I'm doing some kind of CGI or AI shit. You know what I mean? Because um, the wheels, those wheels are 17 millimeter wider than usual, than normal, right? 118 millimeter wheels, brother. I think I mentioned that if you haven't watched my video. 118 millimeters, and let me just tell you, brother. Oh man. Okay, who do we have? Chino, what is up, brother? How you doing? Let me check my chat. I can't see you on my chat. That was the problem last time, brother. I couldn't. Oh, there you are. What is up, Chino? How you doing tonight? Oh, yeah. Is it nighttime where you at right now? Yeah, let me put myself up on the screen. Oh, you got the same shirt. Don't tell me you got it at Ross because I got it at Ross, brother. Nah, go. Oh, there we go. We're from a different time zone. Oh, man. Oh, give me a second, brother. Oh man, horrible. My Okay, it's not working. It's not holding. Sorry, everyone. So it's not holding, and something I can do now. I need another mount. Oh man, like I wanted it higher, but that's okay because we can do this. Put it on something higher. Yeah, that should be fine. That should be fine, right? For now, I think. Here we go. Only, what is up, brother? Oh, are you only a few hours away, Chino? Oh, that's cool. You're in California, up north. No, I think I heard you mention one time. What's up, Ole? How you doing, brother? Have both of you seen my video? The video already with the Offna? Because let me just tell you, man. Like, I don't know about these wheels. They're okay. I mean, I wanted to talk about the wheels and also kind of like a future plan already because I already want to get it going. But I'll let you know right now in a second. Hold on. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. I'm not gonna start this yet. I'm just gonna clean it out. I mean, I'm not gonna use it no more. I'm just gonna take off the batteries, receiver, clean it out, and remove what I need to remove and what needs to stay there because I'm gonna break it down. I mean, I'm gonna break it apart. And I'm gonna attempt to make this a twin engine. Um, I I asked Dynotech to get me. By the way, shout out to Dynotech. I know most of you know who Dynotech is, but excuse me, I gotta go up here to get. Well, I can show you the chassis later, but it's a carbon fiber chassis. No, I gotta show you now because. But the thing is, I don't want to get you all excited about this build because it's not gonna be. I'm not gonna be ready to do it for a minute, but I just want to show you all that. Take it. How about we start now? How about I start taking things out? So first thing is there's no fuel. Yeah, I think I ran out of fuel that day. I want to clean it at least a little bit. Good, can't. Oh, only says he's good. Can't complain. Thanks for asking. How about how and HYB? What does it mean? How about me? Oh man, no. Sorry about my ignorance. I'm barely getting started with this. All right. What is up, y'all? For tuning in, welcome to the channel. Welcome. Hope you're having a wonderful night. Um. Oh, Chino. I just noticed you said you have one, the exact same one, but red. Okay. I thought it was the exact same one. Hey, but still, you know, we're in the same zone. Oh, on the field. Okay. Reebok pump the sneakers. Oh, what kind of sneakers do you have? Oh, I'm rocking Adidas. Oh yeah, I remember early gears, man. They were fascinating. Brother, remember when they came out with the lights? Like I remember was it LA Gears, but they had the lights on the side. You know where it has the air, like Nike does, the air bubble on the side of the foot right here. Um, yeah, you remember the Nike, not the Nike Air, the lights. Man, I used to. What is up, Smiling Island? RC, what is up? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in, brother. Yeah, I remember, man. I remember that. I can feel it. I can feel the excitement right now. I'm like reminiscing. I'm like feeling it because man, it was a great feeling. That those days were awesome. Like when I started. Oh, and they were from Payless. I think they were from Payless. I used to get my shoes from Payless all the time. Oh man. Brother, at the time when Airwalk was around, when I found out about Airwalk, I couldn't afford those. Those Payless either. It was it was which LA Gear? No, 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 no. The one in Payless was I can't remember those. But then I can't remember where I got those light up ones. But anyway, yeah, man, those were the times. I can't. Oh man, now I can't remember. Like, but anyway, let's move on. Oh, you still wear Vans, Smiling Island? Man, Vans too. Like at the time, I couldn't afford them until later on the day. I instead of Vans, I used to get lugs. At the time when the lugs came out, that were like boots. I used to buy those a lot. Uh, but anyway, I didn't really get into much shoes, so I wouldn't know a lot. But I do remember when those light shoes started coming out. I wanted them, man. I wanted to buy them all the time. Um, yeah, Payless, brother. I can't remember if it was LA Gear or I can't remember the brand. But move on, brother. Move on. Check it out. I don't know if y'all have seen my video on this. Off the DM1, 1/7 scale. This is a 7th scale. Track only. And I raised it up about an inch. About an inch. That's a lot. Reeboks? I never really wore Reeboks, brother. Mostly I wore was Jordans, but that was when I was able to afford them. But at the time when I was like in junior high, mostly I wore lugs. Lugs. Yeah, it was lugs. Lugs with solos from the swap meet, brother. Solos. And always the glossy solo ones. And I remember I used to be careful to not put them in the dryer because they would get faded. But yeah, those were the awesome times. Well, you seen solos on eBay for 50 bucks? I wonder if they still sell them at the swap meet. If you're talking about solos. Or the Reebok Kamikazes. Oh man. You know what my favorite shoes were from all time? The Adidas Crazies from Kobe. Kobe Bryant. The Adidas Crazies. Those were the best. And then I kept some shoes that I bought like maybe 15 years ago. And I still have them. They were the what are they called? Jordan's 15s. That were similar to the Adidas Crazies, but the Adidas Crazies were like way robotic. The Kobe Crazies. Oh, only says 500 bucks for some pair of shoes. Oh, that's expected. Only says he has 100 pairs of sneakers in his collection. Damn. I only have like a 10. 10 pair. No, not even 10. Like 8. But good. I mean, that's a lot of shoes, brother. Yeah. Um, let me get some water. So yeah, those are my plans. Just to clean it out and put it away. So make sure nothing gets ruined. Like I don't want to leave it with fuel. Well, now I know that this thing ran until fuel went out. I'm gonna put this in. I believe in my 187 Kyosho. Not sure, but I'm gonna take it out because, like I said, I have plans for this, and I hope I can get it done. It's gonna be a lot of work, but I can't start until I finish what's down here. You know, the 5T Savage. So that's gonna be in the future, brother. You know what I mean? And I'll be looking forward for everyone, like everybody that I've met, except today. I do not remember you, Smiling Island RC. Nice to meet you, brother. Yeah, this engine is a. Wondering what engine it is? It's the first engine LRP 32 spec 4 32X. Oh, this is the wrong cylinder head. I think I switched it for the other one. I have it on my. Yeah, it's a 32X. Oh well, I think I remember what I wanted to do with this engine. Like I have a. This is the cylinder head for the 32X. This is my Schumacher. I got 70 miles an hour on my last video, but it's roto start. So when I bump start this thing, just make access for what I did with the other Schumacher Fusion. I'm gonna use this engine, and then oh man, look for a spot to do it. Because if you don't know, here, let me talk. Oh, now that I pulled it out, wait, let me talk. Let me pull this to the side. Look, this thing did 50 miles an hour, and it's just its top speed 50. It gripped, you know, but it's not like if it needs to grip more, you know. It went 50, The tires are $50, right? The wear, it wasn't that fast. Like these wheels, they just listed them on eBay. I've never seen them before, and I wanted to try them out because I needed foams. But I didn't want to spend no $100, brother. You know what I mean? I don't want to spend no $100, and these were what, $45, less than 50 ship. But anyway, I put 17mm foam wheels on there, or 1/8 scale foam wheels, and these pop out. And there's only like a few sellers that have all the different types of dishes they have available. The wheel dish, the wheel, the rim, right? And you can choose. This one is the deepest one. This one is like a millimeter deep offset. Well, I don't know what it would be, but it has a lip. And it's the only one that has a lip. The other ones are like flat. And I think that would have been best for this one, but that's okay. Look, listen, just know that these don't come glued. I had to glue them, but you have to glue them. But the material with the wheel, it's like superb. It's like so thick and reinforced in there. It's reinforced. Its thickness is, oh man. Like, I don't think you can crack that unless you're going like 100 miles an hour. But as fast as I'm going with this thing right now, I don't think they'll probably scratch and shred. But I don't think they'll crack because, man, these things are freaking robust. But anyway, I thought they were going to be weak, and they're not. I mean, I don't know. I haven't crashed yet, but I'll tell you this. These foam wheels, the other day I was trying to describe them, and they feel just like the bumper foam. Not really, not that hard, but a little softer, but kind of like this. So, it's pretty slippery out there on my streets. Pretty slippery, but these things, I guess they did okay. They might get better, the more they wear out. But it looks like they're wearing out nicely. You know, can't complain. These things, like I guess, I did mess up trying to take off, and I didn't cut enough, and I couldn't have a really good steering angle. So I almost ruined them. I almost chopped a big old piece. But if you have a truer to true these things, oh, that would be nice. You wouldn't have to do what I did, like cut damn shell. But my idea was to get more speed, right? Maybe this thing was only rated at 45, maybe at 50. I don't remember what the box said. I really don't. I think it said 55 or 45, the box that I've ever seen. But this thing it's a 1/7 scale, and it's gonna go the same speed as a 1/8 scale because the wheels on a 1/8 scale are also the same size as the 1/7 scale. They're like 98 millimeters, 101, something like that. But these are 118. They're like 17 millimeters bigger. Well, that's not really. I mean, yeah, but if you want to calculate that, it's gonna be like, well, yeah, you gotta calculate the 118 completely because it's the diameter of the wheel travel. So technically, it needs to give me more speed, right, on paper. So the thing is that, I mean, now I don't know what to do because I told myself that I wanted to run it over there at the ocean drain because there the whole freaking side is filled with cement. It's the only way I got 53 miles an hour on the Savage with the Offna 28 engine, right? And the gearing was, I think the gearing is 48 or 46. and the spur gear and the clutch bell, I think it's 19. Yeah, it's 19 or 20 if I'm not mistaken. One of those two. But it gave me 53 miles an hour with the Offna 28. With this one that I need to clean. Oh man. Let me see what. Let me see. Smiley says road car. Yeah, brother. Smiley says I just scored a 5th skill rotor car and needs a few tires. Man, brother, all I can tell you is that congrats. No, not that. I mean, congrats first. But all I can tell you that about getting bigger is that the bigger the car is, the more expensive the parts are. That's why I never thought about going in 5th scale. So I kept it with Nitro. And I kept my own challenges. You know, I wanted to challenge myself, see if I could go faster than the rated speed. Smiling Island, you have a YouTube channel? How do how do I give me a second? This should have like a okay. I just subscribed to your channel, brother. Oh, you have the same 99 sign? Oh, okay. I just realized that. I thought you were talking about something else. Um. Oh, cool. I had to slam it with stickers. And good thing I had that lane closed one. The lane closed, I like it more than the 91. But I had to put both of them because in California, the lane, it all makes sense to me. Um, also, I'm hoping you get that. Smiley said he's gonna rebuild his fiscal. You gotta post it on your channel. I already subscribed, brother. All right. Thanks, Oli. Thanks for showing support, like always. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, I appreciate all y'all for showing support for tuning in, brother, because it just makes it better. Like I always say, right? Makes it so much better. So I think this is fine. It's just dust, wheel dust. I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna clean. I really don't oil my filters. I just make sure there's no freaking cracks. These filters cracked. They came in cracked, unglued. I'm not saying they were glued. Not glued, I mean. But they showed up ruined, like broken apart. But thanks for the sub, brother. Oh, no worries, brother. No worries. We're here to make this better, and stronger, day by day. You know, that's one of the. I mean, I could dedicate myself into like saying, hey, I'm just gonna go live on a certain time, but I like to go randomly, and I can go anytime, 24 hours within the 24-hour zone, like 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning. Just depending on the day and the sleep pattern. I need to sleep, right? Don't think I don't sleep. I need to sleep. But I'm on it, brother. Like I need to be on it constantly because I already picked up that rhythm, like Haywire says, like he was saying earlier. He was trying to pick up a rhythm, pick up that frequency, and when you're on that frequency, brother, once you're on it, man, you can't get off of it because it will stress you out. You go under depression because that's what depression is. Once you depress yourself from the pressure you've been giving yourself. People think depression is like has to deal with like mental illness or feeling bad because for some reason you're in a state of mind of thinking bad, right? Chino says, "Hey, where are your cracks?" Yeah, I don't mind. Hold on a second. Yeah, you know what I mean. But depression is just when you put yourself at pause with your frequency. Say you're used to doing this every day. If you fall off one day, that day you'll be depressed and it'll feel bad and it'll give you bad thoughts. That's when the bad thoughts generate, not generate, but they come out because you have the good and the bad in you. So you being depressed and just being bored, because bored is the worst enemy of the mind. Being bored, brother. You know, you can't be bored because you gotta think, move, and then rest. Wake up, think, move, rest, right? So it's cool, you know, like if you do it every 3 other days, 4 other days, or once in a while. But if you get a frequency in one that is good, like every other 3 days, you stop for once, you're already worrying about the third day that you gotta get everything ready. Don't know why. I mean, it just. I wish I could shut it off. I sit and I'm waiting, like trying not to think because I got 2 days, and that's still like a rush for me because I told myself that I was gonna at least go live like every other 3 days, just to keep this going. You know what I mean? But yeah, depression is for the weak-minded. Well, not really. It's you kind of have to know what's going on and be aware that whatever rhythm you pick, you gotta stay on that rhythm, and sometimes you gotta go higher and higher and higher because if you don't, you fall into depression, and then you start thinking negative. Depression doesn't put you in a negative spot. It just you're not moving and you're not doing anything to keep the frequency and your ability to think positive. That's why everybody's excited when they're moving around at a party. You're never excited when you're not moving on a table. You can't be excited unless you get up and scream and go, yeah! Right? You can't. You can't be like, I am so excited. Yeah. Ooh. I can't feel it. I can't feel the excitement. I can't feel the excitement until I fucking pump my fucking heart and just, You know what I mean, brother? I'm not kidding. I smoke too much cannabis to be depressed. Hey, brother, cannabis is an amplifier, brother. Cannabis can amplify your any thought you have, just like it amplifies my thoughts. Coming up here. So yeah, brother, cannabis amplifies your thoughts. Any thought, like whether it's negative or positive, it amplifies it, makes it better. All right, so Drake RC, thank you, brother. Welcome back. Thank you, brother, for the subscription. Do you have a channel? I think. Let me see. You have a channel? Yeah, let me subscribe to the channel. I didn't have you subscribe. Just subscribe too, brother. Much love, brother. Thank you. We smoking weed every day and every other day. No, I dab it every time. Every once in a while. I'm not gonna lie. It's the only thing I do. Um. Oh, and drink coffee. Show next week. Oh, okay. That's cool. All right. Only says you got some nice connect. That's what we call it. Yeah. All right, brother. So, man, here's the deal. I want to gear it up, but I'm just gonna say we'll do that some other day because I need to get going with the other one and fix it. It was a quick check. Make sure it didn't have fuel, but I remember that I used it all. Y'all want to check this out closer? Let me bring it closer so I can get with it. So this is a 1/7 scale, and these wheels are pretty huge. Not huge. They look skinny too, but the thing is that they're wider, right? Once they wear down, they'll look like they're normal. But hey, they're pretty good, man. Um, like I was saying, they just listed these and $50. And I don't think if they start selling, I don't think they're gonna stop selling. They just came out, and that's not bad. China too. Oh yeah, brother said. Jacob says cannabis makes you happy and gives you encouragement. Yeah. Um. It's a boost. I call it a boost to like minds. Changing your mindset or your mind state of mind or your mindset because your mindset is already programmed, meaning like my mindset is doing this every 3 days, right? That's what I was trying to explain. And weed helps me do it. It does. I'm not gonna lie, it does. It amplifies my mindset, like my encouragement. Like you said, whichever emotion. It can also amplify my depression. I mean my negative thinking. You know, whether it's positive and negative, it just amps it up. It's like an amplifier. That's how I'm trying to explain. An amplifier for your emotions, your energy in motion. Oh man, 20 acres? Whoa, brother. Yeah, weed affects everyone different, but if you know that you can switch the way you're thinking, your mentality right away by knowing maybe if no, by knowing that it's an amplifier, not that it's forcing you to think negative or that way other people are thinking. You know what I'm saying? Because they can flip the script. They can if they if they know, right, that you can. Yeah, male. That it doesn't have to be negative, right? That it doesn't have to switch back and forth. That it's not the weed, it's you, right? That's what I'm trying to say. That it's you, not the weed. It's you that you're using the weed to think negative, right? Because whether it's a weed or not, you're still gonna think negative, or you're still gonna go through the same. Because I used to do that. I used to be stuck in one because and I thought it was because of the weed, but now I know it's not. That's what I'm telling you because I'm sure of it. Unless it's different with me, but I can assure you that if you tell yourself that it's you that's doing the negative thinking, not the weed is just amplifying that type of thinking, and it might help you change it. All right, brother. Um, People like to be bipolar, brother, and switch their emotions back and forth because I mean I'm not saying I'm a master, but I noticed myself that I would be stuck, and I would constantly pull myself off from that stuck emotion, that bad emotion, and so I would stay there until one day I realized I don't have to stay there. I can go back if it pulls me because we're all. I mean, like I'm saying, it's hard for me to think positive, you know. and I gotta push through it. Just like I'm pushing through this right now, you know? Just got off working. Need to make sure all of this stuff doesn't stay in here and rot. You know, like the battery, I gotta check it, make sure it's at 80% because it's a lipo, right? Don't get it ruined. So I'm using my Fly Sky, and I need to amplify that thing. Was smoking weed, drinking, and snorting. Tony Montana says only. Oh man, be careful, brother. Uh, use consciously. Nobody says don't use. Just use consciously, safely. We can call it safely. All right, we wanna. All right, brother. Helps me to know how it is, brother. Okay, let me go back. If you know, you know. Draco helps me to know how it is, brother. Oh, okay, says Draco. All right, brother. So no fuel, no fuel. Um, and I think we put it away. So here's the body. If you haven't seen this video, here's the body. You know how to butcher it, but I was thinking, man, it was already butchered. No, I didn't have the rear side, so it kind of looks like a Lamborghini from one end, right? Like a Aventador, right from the rear, and then from the front. Well, not really. Once you see this hatch, you know it has a grill where it should be. I wanted to put a bigger wing, and I wanted to put the Arma felony down um downforce effects. Or what do you call it? Yeah, downforce effects. The stuff is pretty expensive, like almost $100 to get all those parts, but it was not even gonna fit. So 1/7 scale should fit this. If not, oh man. Okay, let's put this away. Next. All right, so now that we have a few, I'm excited to let y'all know about this buggy. Whoa, whoa, brother. What is going on? Give me a sec. All right, check it out. Give me another minute. No, 30 seconds. 20, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Let me fix this. I need to see the whole table at least because it's not. All right, check it out, brother. This is my buggy, 110 scale, big block, and I did 65 miles an hour. It's a HSP. I'll show you in a sec. It's a HSP 110 scale exceed. No, exceed 110 scale shockwave. The buggy, y'all seen it on eBay? It's like $200. But I got one all used up and beat up. But I fixed it up a little. And this thing comes with a VX16. Anybody seen that engine? But here's my buggy, right? And I did 65 miles an hour, brother. Jeez, 65 mile an hour. I already have the video. I'm gonna put it tomorrow. Oh yeah, tomorrow. But I did 65 miles an hour, brother, and unexpected. I'll tell you details of what it has. But 65 miles an hour, and I could have went 70, but I think it told. I mean, y'all got to know that on that road is slippery because of all the stuff on the from the tires, right? So wheel spin, and then plus these. Oh man, these are almost ruined. So I'm surprised I got 65. I thought I had gone 70. I mean, it is 70 because of the wheel spin. Might not be much, but at least 5 miles an hour off. Because let me explain. On the Savage, I use the Savage, and it has better grip than these wheels, and that Savage is heavier. And I got 48 miles an hour there tops with the same gearing. And when I took it to the ocean drain slash storm sewer, I there the Savage did 53 miles an hour, so that's 48 for 9, 50, 51, 53. 5 miles an hour, right? Because the floor is made out of concrete. I'm doing the runs on concrete mix. No rocks, no pebbles, no other stuff. It's just pure concrete mix off the ocean drain. And I want to take it there, but then if I mess up, this thing's going to land on shit because all that stuff that stays after, it's nothing but poop. But this thing did 65 miles an hour, and holy moly, it was scooting. Single geared M1. I got a Savage clutch bell with the 5 millimeter pinion, 39 tooth. A 20 tooth clutch bell for a Savage and a 5 millimeter 39 tooth pinion. Right? And wait. But wait. No, how's that guy say? But they're small. No, I can't do that impression. But wait, there's more. Boom! Warped again. Boom! Warped again. Brother, this thing warped. It just warped. I don't know how it just did 65. The wheels, oh man. That's fast. 65 miles an hour. That's fast. You know, not as fast for like a 10 scale wheel, but these buggy wheels are pretty big, right? But still, these things they didn't blow up. Pro lines, they're not the stock ones. They barely fit. I have to put the screw backwards in. The lock nuts. I have to constantly tighten them up because they just get loose and you can't tighten them up. I'm missing the spacers inside the hubs. Tighten them up. Mess up the bearings. But brother, look, man. No, I don't think it's bearing. I think it's the wheel. If I tighten it too much, too hard, the wheels won't rotate freely like that. But anyway, this thing did 65, and oh man, let me get to the engine. But give me a second, yeah? All right. Okay. I had to get my gin. All right, brother. Check it out. Um, if you hit the like, thank you for hitting the like, brother. Check this out. Um, and if you haven't hit the like, what are you waiting for? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Only hit the like button if you like what you see. If you don't like what you see and you're just observing, that's okay. If you're just spectating, that's okay. I mean, how can I say it? That's okay, brother. But here, we got to do what we like. We're doing what we like. And this is what I like to do. This buggy came with a really, well, it's with this engine that it comes with, right? I'm not going to say it's cheap or like not worth it, right? A lot of people have different tastes. Kind of like I have a taste for black coffee. Damn, that's just too black. I mean, too strong. Usually I reduce it with water. But look, enough about me, brother. This buggies like crazy, man. I think I can get it up to 100 miles an hour. Like it did so good and easy. Well, now I can get it goes 70. I'm gonna put it at 70, brother. I did 65, show 65 on the GNSS. Oh, it's still on there. I gotta take it out. Um, it did 65, and that's no lie. If anything, if I get the likes, I'll put it up after this live. Let me know, brother. Let me know. Hype me up. Now hype me up. How's it go? Now hype me up. Now hype me up. What am I doing, brother? My affirmations. Hey, brother, check it out. Only, only you gotta show them how to do the hype me up. Look, check it out. I got it out. Oh, that's not what I wanted to show. Brother, thanks for tuning in. If I haven't thanked you, and if I haven't said welcome, welcome, brother. This channel, we're just trying to develop ourselves to have the ability to go fast and surprisingly fast, where it's like one wrong move and that's it. You know, not a rebuild, but a complete another one, man. But right here, oh man, I should have just put the camera up. Sorry about that. Anyway, look, check it out. This engine is a top tier engine from Trackstar, and it was only check it out. This engine, when I got them off of eBay, they didn't come in a box, but on the eBay listing, it said on the details on the description. Well, am I going for that? I mean, I don't know if it was a description, but whatever, it was made up. You know, there's no way these things are like 4.3 horsepower, but same specs as the LRP 32. The same specs. This is the top tier engine, and it's not a bump start engine. Uh, yeah, brother, right, Draco, check it out. So this engine is a top tier engine because I checked it out and I read the specs and I read the details, the specifications of it had the bore and the stroke and everything, and it's called an SEGH 32, right? And it competes with the LRP 32 because it has the same specs like 45,000 RPM and 4.3 horsepower, but not the piston size. The piston size is a 21, and the difference between this one and all the other ones that this one has a longer stroke. So I guess because of the longer stroke and the bigger the longer cylinder, the sleeve, they increase its size, but not from the piston size, but from the volume of the compression, I guess. Hey, what's up, Raw RC? How you doing, brother? I saw your last video again. I mean, your last video with you like to ride the what do you call it? Muscle cars on the Savage. It's all his jumps. Awesome. Thanks for tuning in, brother. Man, it's good. It's good to. It's really good, brother, to like be able to get connected. Vice versa with, like, say when I watch you guys, then you watch back, you tune in. It all works out because I'm telling you, I like what you do. You know, otherwise, you know, I regardless whether it's, you know, sending them or slightly or whatnot, you know, burning nitro, it takes a lot of heart nowadays more than it used to. So that's why I say, you know, uh, my my attention is paid back to you, brother. You know what I mean? My attention is paid back to you, and it's what we gotta do. You know, it's stronger than ever because it's the most difficult times to keep this up. You know, it's easier to quit now than earlier because of how expensive it is, and then, you know, all those little details. But yeah, brother, bashing it, man. You know, I like bashing it too, right? And I hope one day I get into like racetracks because I spent some money on some kits and I'd like to take them out there. I can't run them out here, you know. But yeah, that's the thing, you know. It's keep it alive, back to back. I mean, just like, well, yeah, we'll keep it like that. I was gonna say something about Popeye. All right, that's awesome, brother. That's awesome. Thank you all. Uh, I was telling everybody that this buggy did me 65 miles an hour on my last run. And I'll put it up after. I should. I mean, I'm motivated now. I was gonna wait till tomorrow, but I don't know. Maybe wait for tomorrow because I just uploaded a video today. I still upload 2 videos a day, which I thought it was cool because I wanted to get my videos out there, right? I was saying this engine, 110 scale, HS Exceed Shockwave, or the other one, but it's the only 110 buggy with a VX16. And like I was saying, that power, it's okay for like beginners or whoever likes not going fast. You know, like to bash it in front of their home and not go far away. You know, we all have different types and different um, ways, right? We use our nitros. And my way is just take it faster than fast. I mean, faster than. I don't know what the top speed is or if there's a record. I just know that I just want to put my experience out there on camera. You know, and then it's cool to watch this stuff because, I mean, it's better in live when I do it and it's more exhilarating. But I'm trying to get used to it. That's another thing. Do it more often because if I stop for a week, like I just go out there just to babysit my stuff, you know, or call it a test run, you know, which I should just go out there and send it like I did to this thing. But I wasn't so comfortable when I did this thing. Look, I told you that Trackstar engine, their top tier one, it's supposed to compete with the LRP, same specs, except the piston isn't the same size. But it was screaming, and I think it can scream more because, oh my god, look, check it out. I don't know if I can give you an example. Yeah, I should pull out the what I did. One of my junk pile of engines, I had one of these that it was called the 21 race, but it's a 3-port. Oh, I'll pull it out. Pull it out. So 3-port. The one that's in here, it's a 5-port. The top tier one, the stock one, how I got this one. But the one over there was 3-port bump start, right? And I'll tell you what it did, just in case you didn't know. Um, and brother, it ran so good. Y'all gonna see it on the video, brother. I'm not just watch this. Oh man, it was awesome. It was so awesome. All right, here's the piston and the sleeve. So that bump start engine, Draco says he has a RC. Give me a second, brother. Um, I'm over here. So this is the bump start engine that I had laying around without compression. I mean, I had it kind of complete. Well, yeah, it was kind of complete. And well, oh no, now I remember. This engine was supposed to be brand new. Um, as you can see, the inner part is kind of cleaned, right? Like you can tell, right? So when I looked at it, I said, "Huh, okay." The guy told me he only had like a fuel, like tank in it, right? I think I paid like $80 shipped. But when I got it, I tried so hard starting it and it never started. And then when I realized this thing can go through, I was like, is it supposed to do that? And it gets worse right now because it's pretty room temperature. But once it gets like to 150 or 120, it just, the compression just dies out completely. But this thing wouldn't start at all. What is up, Darren? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in, brother. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I'm not what kind of repairs? Not really. I'm just fixing it up. I kind of did crash, but not so bad. Oh, you're doing good? Yeah, brother, same here, brother. Excited to show you guys this buggy. But first, I want to let you know what it did. Then the show, right? The proof. So this is that stock engine. I'm telling you, the bump start where I got the parts to convert that one into a bump start. But watch. Let me get some water. Oh man. So I'll start quick from the beginning. This is a top tier engine, Trackstar top tier. Their most expensive engine, and it's less than $100. It was when it was available, right? It was called an SEGH32 because the volume in the cylinder head with the compression. It was a 32 size. It was bigger than the 21, than the usual 21, right? But it has a 21 sleeve with the dimple on there, like the Novarossis or the Axial RRs, right? It has a dimple on the sleeve, like a cone, like a hemisphere, like a hemi, right, on the sleeve, indented. And then it has a long stroke, a longer connecting rod, right? So this engine, being a top tier engine, it wasn't bump start. It was a pull start, and it's a turbo plug. I don't know if this race one was a turbo plug. I'm pretty sure it was because it was race, but most of them are standard plugs. Turbo plugged. Also, what else? The carb. It's an alpha carb. Alpha, one of those alpha. What do you call it? Alpha plus. Yeah. Pretty good. It's pretty good, brother. Um, So that one's it comes with the 5 port and it has some work on the ports. You know, it could do better. You know, they could port this thing out better. But man, you gotta watch how it screams. But anyway, this is what I did. Since it was a pull start, this is the one that comes with the bump start, where I got the back plate for that. And also, I have the crankshaft in there from the Pro. I mean, from the race. From this bump start engine. Because this crankshaft, the one that's stock that comes with this, let me just show you. Let me just show you it right now. But yeah, 3 port that comes on that Race Pro bump start, and I got the parts from that one to put in here to make it a bump start. And I wasn't sure if it was gonna work. I checked. I checked. This thing usually leaves new engines that are not so used. Usually leave a nice clear line where you can see. So I went with that to just to make sure it doesn't exceed it or overlap it or whatever you call it. Go over that line where the head button would kind of meet. So let that be it. That I checked, to make sure that it wasn't too high, that it would ruin that. I mean that the rotation of the crankshaft wasn't shooting the piston too high because I switched it. I don't have a perfect, precise measuring tool to measure the the stroke of the crankshaft, right? Or is that what you call it? The stroke, right? But let me find the stock one. Yeah, that's this one. Okay, here's a stock one. Let me just mark it so y'all know what I'm talking about, kinda. Cause I'm not gonna be able to pull it out. But look, this is the stock crankshaft. I mean, the original one for that engine, and it's a pull start, right? The other one that I switched had a bigger window. Oh, y'all can't see that. Yeah, I had a bigger window, right? Like bigger window. Um, it had work done right here like this for the air. So when it's rotating, it brings air in, and it kind of work here like that, right? Like a fang. It had a big old fang. Then it was kind of light. It's bigger in here. What else? I think that was it. But it looked more aggressive than this. This thing looks like a Kyosho GXR, like old school, So it looks normal, RTR, right? And the one that was on the Pro with the 3 port and with no work done, it didn't have any work done either. It was just normal. Like this, that 3 port should have came with the pull start, and this one should have came the way I have it right now. You know what I'm saying? So now that I know that this thing it fucking just, oh man, I was like, what the, where the hell? I was like, damn, it was unbelievable. It was so unbelievable to see this thing rip. It was so unbelievable. Like I was so, my heart was pumping when the morning, the next day when I was on the live putting this together. Like I really didn't think I was gonna put it together. Also, one of the other things is that the back plate fits on the outside where the screws go and everything, right? Where you screw the back plate. But in the inside, there's like a millimeter. It's a millimeter smaller. So there's other variants like a 28, like this 21, and the other race 21, the crankshaft. This one is a little bigger. You know what I mean? This crankshaft is a little bigger from the back. So this back plate on its original crankshaft, it fits tighter, and it's a 21. But that's what I'm trying to tell you, y'all, that this one has a bigger crankcase than the 21, a little slightly bigger, right? Even maybe it's just from here, but it's bigger, right? Or maybe it's like over here too, where the crank is. But the crank was a nice tight fit. The stroke was the rotation of the crank was was I guess it was right on. I don't know what happened. Maybe it's a miracle, a Frankenstein miracle that it's alive and it didn't die. And not just that, brother, it didn't leak because I had to switch the O-ring. I had to switch the O-ring. I have a fuel tank O-ring in there because it had to be a little thicker. You know what I'm saying? Because the crankcase is a little bigger. Man, the fucking boogies. Holy man. Man, this thing just it was amazing, dude. Brother, man, I went out there and I wasn't even thinking of going out there because I was trying to detoxify myself from coffee, but man, I gotta go out there. I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist. I wanted to know this the minute I ran it for like 5 minutes, and I didn't see this thing leaking, I'm like, yeah. So I got everything ready, took off. It was like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. The light the sun was out, a little sunset. Hyperborean Hyena 88, what is up, brother? How you doing? What is up? I gotta, oh. What is up, brother? Yeah. Let me catch up to the questions over here at the chat, brother. This is awesome. Did y'all get a chance to burn some nitro today? I did. I was busy. I was busy cleaning up a car that just came in for free. That was pretty cool. We got a free car. There's a free car for the gang because I'm sure I'm gonna use that car to go uh, make some videos. I used to have this my boss, my jefe has this truck, brother, and my dad he has this truck, and he has a cage on it. Oh, by the way, it's a it's a oh man, I can't forget it. Come on, it's a it's a Ford Ranger, brother. Man, I'm no stranger. I know that truck, brother. But how did I forget? It's a Ford Ranger, brother. The other thing is fucking tough. But anyway, we put that thing on there, and I go on top of it, and it just feels like if it's a good view. I did my first Kyosho. What is it, Kyosho? I did a video with this running with the Kyosho Spada. By the way, this thing is sick. It's just really low. And I was on top, and I felt like I was at a track, brother. I didn't go on the track, man. I'll probably get an opportunity soon to go on the track. Just chill. You know, like, not worry about getting up. Because that's one of the things you gotta, when you go to the track, you better expect to go there all day, brother. I'm set up and used to going like for like an hour or two. Like just like all my RC cars are set up ready to go. All I gotta do is just pop in the battery, charge it up, and put in a clean air filter. You know, usually when they crash, I come back home and fix them right away. Like this one, it took off. I lost reception. Well, not really. I didn't lose reception. I tried to turn around, but it has a really bad turning radius. So I tried to turn around and it just went into the wall. I mean the curve. You know, I call it a wall because it's a wall for these things. So it went into the curve pretty fast. I didn't see how fast. It didn't look fast after I let go. But I saw it go into like in front of a car. Luckily, it didn't stay in the middle of the street where I lost reception. But this thing, I found it running with the what do you call it? The hub carrier, the C hub. It was detached. It came out. But luckily, when you pull them back in, even with the screw, it's like new. You know, these things are designed to like yank out. Most likely, you know, because of pillow balls. You know what I'm saying? But I did a lot of work to it. I made it. I made the bump start bigger because 21, right? So thing is, switch this thing. No, it only did 25 miles an hour. I don't even know. I think that's what it does, or maybe 35 because of its wheels. But it takes off with the 2-speed. This takes off faster. I'll tell you that. And then, man, I have a Savage HPI Savage clutch belt, and also with the whole setup with the flywheel. What do we call that? With the I don't remember what else. What other name? What other name did they have it for this? They have this for? I mean, they call this. They call it flywheel, not the flywheel. They call it the. Um, man, I can't remember. But anyway, let's just call it a flywheel for now. Maybe it'll pop in my head a little bit. Um, Same stock fuel tank. It did well. It didn't leak. You know, I did fix it because the way it's put together, you know, where the air goes through once you put the screw in there to hold it, it was shutting it off, clogging it, like it was closing it. I don't know what it was doing, but I fixed it. After I fixed it, I noticed that it ran better, so I had to pull um, the what's it called? The high speed needle. I had to tighten it up more because a lot of times it's always the fuel tank, brother. It's always the fuel tank that's giving you problems. So always, like when I was trying to blow it like this, I couldn't even blow through it. So that just was a clear indication that last time I ran it was the reason why it was running so shitty. And I thought it was running right. This thing doesn't really growl a lot, kind of like other engines when they're running lean, kind of like a big block. It doesn't go. You know what I mean? Like uneven patterns, uneven resonance. It sounds like chalk. I mean, nails on the chalkboard. But yeah, brother, look. After I put that crankshaft, oh man, it had fuel. I saw it. I heard it. Didn't leak. I don't have brakes. Um, what else? I have the really bad servos. I need to soup this up, brother. What am I doing? Like, I should get a carbon fiber setup already and set this up. This thing's working. Like, the the only reason why the yokes or the aluminum, the steel drive cups are pretty messed up is because I've been launching it. And this thing's not designed to take that much power, right? Maybe it's too hard at launch. Maybe it's a lot easier if I ease into the speed like I did. I mean, they could have broke the way they're messed up. The rotation would be uneven, and I can't use this. Another. If I try it one more time, it's just gonna crack the dog bone off the shaft. And I've experienced that crap, man. It sucks. I done it. I did it on my Schumachers. No, these things are not designed to like do burnouts or take off. You know, I can't remember the time I was getting. Oh, I didn't do drag race timing. But man, 65 miles an hour, and I didn't have to push to start it or push to make it go. Like it did pretty good to take off. It takes off pretty good too. man, this thing. And then plus you don't have the man, like I would say that the steel gear, I mean the steel clutch bill grabs on to the aluminum clutch shoes a lot better than the monkey metal freaking clutch bell that comes with the HSP. That probably does a lot of slipping, you know, and then it's not even geared that high. It's really geared low. So I also modify. I also have the clutch bells are HSP. They're not the Savage, and I modify them so they would last longer. But I did all that, and I got 65. All right, that's enough, right? Y'all want to see the video, right? Man, um, maybe I can pull it out on the. Oh, let me get to the chat. I'll pull it out in a second. So what is up, chat? Sorry for waiting so long. Um, maybe some of you are not here yet. Sorry if I ignored you too, brother. Usually I'm working on to getting my attention. I don't lose my intention. I just don't want to lose track of what I'm saying and come back. But I'm getting used to it, brother. I'm getting used to it. Okay, so Drake says 70. Still good in that buggy. Yeah, this thing is only, I think, designed to go 30 miles an hour. Even with the 2-speed. Uh, yeah, I saw when the Raw RC came in. Yeah, it's a 21, brother. And then it looks like a 21. And I also chopped off the cylinder head. It's a Truggy engine. It's not a on-road engine. It's a Truggy engine. And it does kind of look like a 21. But I can see this big old chuck right here, fins. But yeah, it's a 21 size piston. All right. How did I go all the way back down? Oh my god. All right, give me a second, brother. Let me catch up. Mm, only says work hard, play hard. Yeah, brother. If I'm working this hard, I gotta send this hard, brother. You gotta open up that YouTube channel, man. We want to see some of those HPIs. You know, let us know what you got or what you do. Let us present us your style, brother. You know, the way you like using the nitros. HPI Savage, king of the big block engines. Uh, that is questionable, brother. I'm not gonna lie. You know, there's the LSTs, there's the Genesis, there's other ones with the came with the 8.0, the associated. I'm not really knowledgeable with those trucks, but I know other ones came out with bigger engines, and some came with twin engines, brother. The king of twin engines stock would be I would say, the Kyosho Giga Crusher. Even though it looks all, like outdated, it still looks so robust, you know, super robust. And then it doesn't use, I don't know if it uses the gear cam with teeth or like on-road GT ones. I can't remember. But you can put a different kind. Oh no, it has a 3-speed, right? So I can't remember how it looks, but I have one and I can't wait till I start building that thing.
70 miles still good in the buggy. I don't get along with only stop fighting. What's up, everyone? That's yeah. Where's the one where it says where I was at? I gotta keep going. Okay, right here. This is where I was at with Draco. He says he has RC8 4.1 buggy. Oh, it's big block, a beast. Is it back plated, brother? You gotta get it black plated so you can take advantage of the power on the buggy. But even though it's still good, brother. OS power. OS. Draco says 1/8. It's a 1/8 scale. Whoa. Fireworks are going off. The only 1/8 scale I have, it's called the Frenzy. The other ones are like a 1/7 scale. What's up? Only says he has 2 XTMs 24/7. Is that the name of the engine? Is it a 24/7 port? 24/7 port? Or what is it, a 28 or 26? Wonder what that could be. I've heard it before. Um, Hyperborean Hyena got himself a Novarosa Gimar, brother. Did you get it from Always Fast Racing? Let me know if you did. But man, Always Fast Racing got the deals, got the plan, got everything. That's where I get my engines, brother. For Always Fast Racing, man. This guy's, oh man, he's the best. Best I've ever had. Okay, so 7 port 21 off road for my buggy. And the week ago I have not broken it yet. It's my first ever high end race engine. Oh, let me tell you, let me give you an advice. Are you still there, Hyperborean? Brother, Novarosas take a lot of heat, brother. They take a lot of heat. A lot. Yeah, brother, okay, Always Fast Racing. Nice. Nice. Okay, so just know, just know that Novarosas take a lot more heat if it's the first race engine. They take a lot more heat to break in. And I recommend not to break it in when it's not up to heat. Because you will break, I mean not break it, it usually wears out your wheel. You know, your rubber wheel. You will go through it real quick and have to get another one. Because the compression is absurd when they're brand new. Unless you got it already broken in and or oiled bath. But man, I mean, the 21 might be different, but I don't think so. I think they're the same like 28 because I've seen 21 too. I seen the 21 brand new and oh man, 28 even worse probably. But let me just tell you, those Novarosas, their lining, their material, it's freaking. It's strong and it takes a lot more heat. And usually they end up breaking. Well, I know that if you don't put them up to heat, you'll wear things out like that wheel or a pull start or a rotor start, because Always Fast Racing also has a rotor start. When I was breaking them at 28, I had it over 350 degrees, brother. Wait, not 350, because I took the cylinder head off, I covered it up, but I've heated up cylinder to 350 because it only gets 250 of here, or 325, but a lot hotter to get it up to temp, for a brand new engine. That is like a race engine. RTR engines is different. It takes way less heat, like 200, to preheat them at break-in. But these Novarosas, oh, they take so much heat. Like this one didn't take that much heat. It took like 200 200 degrees Fahrenheit. But the Novarosi's, oh, it was like about 300 on the crankcase just to start it. Like 280, brother. Not exaggerating, like 280. And the reason I know that is because my it was a rotor start, right, and it was on the side and it was able to turn around. So what I did when I first started like thinking, how am I gonna determine how much heat do I need? Because not all the engines are made exactly, even though it takes less heat. Like say, I'll give you an example. This engine, I broke it in with another engine together, both of them on a T-Max, and one of them broke in faster than the other one. And I'll tell you how I know. How I kind of figured it out, how much fuel you need and when it's ready. This is the way I know, right? So when it's brand new, I'll take off the cylinder head. I'll take off the glow plug, and I'll heat it up. I'll heat it up first to temp. Say 200. I'll start low. I'll take out the glow plug, and then I'll turn it over with. I'll try to turn it over. Since this was a pull start, it's a pull start. I'll turn it over, and I'll see once it starts losing that pinch from factory. Because the pinch from factory doesn't determine the compression that it needs, right? So when it's brand new, the compression is like 3 times, or maybe 2 times the compression that it needs to when it's running and broken in, right? So what I do to check when it's what temperature I need to heat it up to, I'll take off the glow plug, heat it up first. To what I think. So it was 200. I'll take the glow plug and I'll see if I can turn it and how easily I can turn the engine. So pull start, and I'll get a feel of it. And if I feel that it still has that factory pinch, right, I will heat it up more. Heat it up more until I feel it has barely barely any resistance. You can still feel the resistance, but it won't be as hard. So I'll heat it up until I find what temperature I can easily turn it over with without the glow plug, right? Then I put the glow plug on, and then I'll know what temperature, and I'll stay on that temperature every time I start it. So I would start it at the temperature. It will be easy to start. It will start right away most of the time. And you won't ruin your one-way bearing. Um, the only thing is that you got to monitor the temperatures too. Because a lot of us, I used to do RTR engine. You just start them, heat them up, preheat them a little, start it, and have the engine build the heat. And I thought to myself, I asked myself, if the engine needs to build heat, it's gonna have to have enough resistance and friction. Friction to need to create heat. But then I was like, no, we're stressing out the engine though, because it makes sense that it's a lot easier, and a lot of times are broken pull starts from starting a brand new engine, or I've seen people break pull starts even if they unscrew the glow plug a little bit to let the compression out. But they'll still yank on it, and you're not supposed to yank on it that hard. You even know how hard you have to yank on it when it's broken in, or you think it's broken in already. You're not supposed. It's not supposed to be yanked that hard, right? It's not supposed to be like, and or even when you loosen it up, it's not. It's supposed to start easy, like when you start it, and the only way to get it like that is if you preheat it as much as it needs to break that factory pinch loose, and not be so hard to start, you know. So that's what I asked myself, and I've been doing it like that ever since. And this one broke in faster than whatever, you know. And this is how I knew because I also had to feel and memorize how much pinch it had, right? How hard it was to pull at room temperature when it's not um, hot, right? So throughout my break-in, throughout my fuel tanks at sit, you know, idling, I would after each one, I'll see if there's a change, you know, once it cools down from when it was brand new. So I noticed that yeah, it was easier and easier without the glow plug, brother. Cold and no glow plug. So throughout the break-ins, after each break-in, I would check and no, I'll notice the difference. You know, it'll get smoother, smoother and smoother. And so once it was like super smooth, like and you can hear the pop because of the exhaust or whatever in there without the glow plug. When you hear it, you know how it sounds without the glow plug after it's broken in. Like it should sound like freely, like you know, right? And when you put the glow plug, you should feel the fucking compression just come back to life, like it would feel like if the engine is brand new, like the compression should be, and that's when you like kind of preheat it. It will help, and you open up the glow plug, right? But once it's broken in, you still have to kind of let loose the glow plug, the compression a little, right? If it's done properly, the way I think in my head it's supposed to work, right? Um, because throughout the break-in, the piston is supposed to shave, not I mean it's supposed to shape, not scrape the piston, and not have that much friction, you know, because that causes too much wear. And when you have it up to temperature where it needs to be, when it gets soft and loose, I mean that's because the metal gets soft. And when it's soft, it shapes. You know, the molecules get shaped and tucked in and pushed in upwards instead of scraping off the material. It's shaping it, you know, when it's super hot in there. So the piston is gradually shaping it. You don't have to break it. And it leaves like a concave, like a curve, like the shape of the piston edge, you know? It's not supposed to wear down the piston too much, and it's not supposed to like. It's supposed to wear it down and shape it too, right? Also the piston, but not as much when it's creating too much heat, right? And I've noticed if you break it in like that, the engine after you break it in, and you notice it's already broken in, you'll heat it up to 200, and then you'll see that it stays at 150 or 125, 130. The lowest I've seen is like 130. It'll go so low like 130, and that's pretty low. You know, after it's broken in, and I've checked that it's easy to, when it's cold, it's easy to turn up. You know, to pull the starter. Oh, that's why I'm saying when you take off the glow plug and it's already broken in, and it's easy to pull, and then you put the glow plug back on there, it's not as easy to pull. Like it feels like it's brand new again, you know, but not that much, not that exaggerated. Like brand new as hard as it is, but it'll surprise you because it surprised me, you know, to notice how hard this one is to start than the other one it is that I had used, and they both feel the same without a glow plug. And some of them are like, yeah, they're worn out, they're used, but I've had a new one that I never made it. I never made it to break it in because I was just using used engines that I got from lots, right? But my new ones, I was just hoarding them and babysitting them, trying to build up a collection, right? And then I was like, man, I just gotta start using my engines. So these are the first ones, and ever since I started doing that, adding more heat and not going by the factory manual, the recommended braking procedure, because that, no, these blankets, these damn things, oh man, here, check it out. These damn things will never work to break an engine in properly. And the best know it. mean, I'm not saying I'm the best, but it should be on paper. Like, say, for example, it could be that it's a planned obsolete thing. Like, for example, say, because I know that everything, even if it's expensive or cheap, there are hacks that you can do to prolong the use or make it better, right? And these, they kind of do work, but they don't work best, right? Because this would only get you to, like, on the cylinder head, like 200 degrees. And then on the crankcase, max, you'll see 140, 150, maybe 160, you know? But this, it's not even hold. Like, it won't retain the heat. It won't retain the heat. And then you're only getting heat from one side, right? So when I break in my engine, I did so much. It's like I question myself if I'm doing too much. But I'll wrap it with foil, with food tray foil, because it's thicker. So I'll just wrap it. Just put my heat gun. I usually get these heat guns that are like pointy. I just wrap them and just leave them like that, right? Or if I don't want to ruin the cylinder head, I'll take off the cylinder head, put screws with spacers to space out the cylinder head size in there, and put it with just the head button and then wrap it. So that way I don't have to fade out the cylinder head and keep the the shiny, you know? Because if you're heating it up to like the temperature it needs to, it's gonna fade slowly. First you're gonna notice where the heat gun's at, touches, then it's just gonna spread out, right? So take it out, you put spacers on your screws, put the head button, and then the glow plug. What you know, just wrap it. You won't have to use heat to heat up the cylinder head because the cylinder head doesn't need heat. It transfers the heat when you have to heat it up from the cylinder head. So in order to get it faster to the crankcase, just don't use the cylinder head and wrap the crankcase from there. And that'll do. And just maintain the heat, and I guarantee you, you won't have to use a gallon. I've broken this engine with quarter, with the half a gallon, almost a half a gallon, I think. I was like, what the? It's already broken in. Don't need to do more. Once you feel it go like really smooth, you don't have to. You can even turn it over with your hand, like the flywheel, without the glow plug, right? Or when you put the glow plug, when you put the glow plug back on, oh, that thing would cost you some work to turn it over, just like this right here, like this. You know, it will cost you some work. But usually, I don't know, but that's my take, and that's my way to do it, and it's been good to me. I have not broken an engine. The only engine that ever broke on me was a Pico engine that it was idling and I didn't even get to use. It was used. I didn't get to use. I bought it. I paid for it. And the only thing I ended up with was also the back plate and the crankshaft that I tried on the 26th, but it didn't last long. It was over. It was over stroked. It was. It was. What do they call it? It was a stroke. I stroked it. I tried to build a stroker and it failed. It just slammed the damn freaking piston too high from the sleeve, and I lost the pinch, and I lost half a bump start wheel for trying to start it. I even heated it up so much, and it still ruined my bump start engine. All right, brother. I think I have to do the. I used this old school Femca. I don't know where it came from, but Femca 0515. And I know it doesn't sound like, like it has power, but You gotta hear it. I can't wait till you see it and hear it perform. But let me keep going. It should be, brother. If you're still there, Draco. Sorry it took long again. It should be a good engine. You know, especially if it's a Gimar. Say a Gimar. Oh yeah, Gimar blade. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, man. 7 ports. They scream, man. They scream. I have not broken in one yet. Oh, okay. You're right. They're in. Draco RC, I did video be up tomorrow. Which one? The one you were talking about, Draco? The the buggy, right? The buggy, the 4.1656 RC. I couldn't remember it. It's only like 2 letters. RC 84.1. It sounds like a radio station, brother. Nice. I know what is it? The RC 84.1 is the associated, right? I know it's a kit, right? Or is it RTR? You put an OS big block on it. All right, let me go down so I can see all you guys' answers. Oh yeah, to have a track on your property. Okay, hold on. I think I went too far. Okay. Only says he got 3 or 4 dirt loads. Oh, I didn't see what it was. I missed. I was talking to Darren. Hyperborean hyena. Oh yeah, he just told it. Yeah. Always Fast Racing. Okay, yeah, I did confirm that. That you got it from Always Fast Racing. Have official tracks. Oh man, only if I could, I would have my own track. Look, all these tracks out here, they don't have drag racing tracks. They don't have speed running tracks. They only have little buggy tracks. You know, it's fun, it's cool, it's fast. They have on-road tracks, which is fucking fast and cool and awesome. You know, that I can't wait to go and at least try to learn how to race. I mean, I know about racing, but do I know about handling these things? Hell no, brother. I mean, no way, I don't. I'm awful. I could only go straight, maybe. I can't even go straight. But listen, I'm doing it on the wrong place, and I gotta do. You know, it's the only way. The only way. But I don't want it to be the only way, brother. I want this thing to be. I want this thing to be in a safe spot where it can boogie, or it can freaking just fly without. I mean, if it spins out, I don't want to like suffer any consequences. uh, Hyper got a heat gun ready. What temp should I get it up to? Which one? The Novarosa Hyperborian? I would say start F at 230. If you're gonna remove your cylinder head, wait. If you're gonna heat it up with your cylinder head, go to 250, brother. And then, no, first go to 200. Take off your glow plug. Don't put fuel in it. Just put after run oil in it. Just making sure it spins, does scratch right. But heat it up with the glow plug on, and then take it out when you test it. Test the pinch, right? So with that, with the whole engine being together and tight and everything the way it's supposed to be, right? If you don't have it on the car, it'll probably be easier before you put it on the car with the flywheel. Like you can wrap it up, heat up the cylinder head to what, 200, and then take the glow plug off, and turn it over with your hand and get a feel of that. You know, properly counterclockwise, right? So get a feel with your hand and see if that's how much different it is from factory. But don't forget to get a feel of it when it's cold, right? Get a feel of it when it's cold. Then once you get out to 200, get another feel of it and notice the difference. And then if you think it's still hard to turn over, if you think it's okay, easier, if it kind of got loose a little, put the glow plug on and try to turn it over. If it's too hard and you think your wheel's gonna break or your pull start, oh, it's a bump start, huh? Heat it up more. Heat it up to 220. I would say 240 next. You know, heat it up to 240, the cylinder head, and check your crankcase. It'll probably reach over 210 maybe. But that's still not enough, right? But I'm just playing it safe, just in case it's a 21. But I'm sure it's still the same material. Still the same material. It doesn't matter the size, brother. The 28s are still thick. They're not thin, bored out from. I don't know if they're bored out from the same cylinder head they make. I mean, the same sleeve that make the 21s. I'm pretty sure don't think so. But a lot of companies used to just bore out the same cylinder. Just like I got this HPI 3.0 boarded to, it's a 3.0 boarded to 3.5. You know, same cylinder head, but just different piston and different crankshaft. It's bigger, and the sleeves, the ports are a little bigger. But 225, I would say 240, brother. But start off with 200. You know, just play safe. You know, a lot of times this blanket that I showed you, even the blue flame, won't even get your stuff up to heat. It won't. Usually, you gotta start them without the glow plug, right? But if you gotta start without the glow plug, you still are not up to heat because look, you put on the glow plug and you tighten it up. I mean, you know how you loosen it up? It loosens up compression, but not completely. But you can start it right. Once you put it back on there, the compression is gonna come back on, so it's gonna be rough for the connecting rod, the bushing. You know, all that stress of pushing the piston up and down, and having it stuck somewhere right there in between. You know, um, there's gonna be a point, you know, where because look, you got a bunch of compression, and it's not even up to temp, and you got it rich as hell. I've noticed how the compression is so high that even if I have it 2 complete turns from factory, when I try to accelerate it a little bit, it'll sound like it's so lean because the compression is so high, right? But that's what you need. That compression needs to be reduced, right? It's never gonna stay that high. It can't stay that high. You factory settings is gonna run it so fucking lean, right? And then it's gonna create so much heat. Yeah, it might break it in faster, but it's gonna last less. You know, you're not gonna have the good shape right there. It's gonna be rough. You know, that's what I think. You know, the metal's not gonna be soft enough until it's all scaved up and scratched up. Yeah, brother. The metal gets super soft when it's like 200, above 200. Like super soft. Not soft enough to break, to warp though, brother, because they can warp. You can't overheat them. If you leave the heat gun there, your heat gun heats it up to like 800 degrees, it will warp. Like above 400, it will warp probably, most likely. You know, but I've had heated it up to like 250. I mean 350. Almost 350 one time, and it was still good. It was still good. All right. Yeah, 350 on accident. No, but you want to start. You want to start at 200. I've gotten it up 350 with my one of my 28s. The 28.8. Get mark 28.8. But I've gotten it close to 350, over 300, brother, and that was necessary because I didn't know you could remove the glow plug, so you don't have to heat it up to 350. So the crankcase can be 250. You know what I'm saying? You gotta recompensate with the heat that's not getting to the crankcase. Because just because the cylinder head is 350 degrees doesn't mean the sleeve is 350 degrees, right? Or the whole crankcase in there. But if you look at it, the head button touches the cylinder head and it touches the sleeve. So maybe the sleeve is 350. I don't know. I don't think so. I've tested it the way I try to explain it, by turning it over with my hand to see where the pinch is. Yeah, Nitro Bob says 2270. Yeah, on the crankcase, brother. On the crankcase. I've seen cylinder heads running, brother, over 300 degrees without heating it up, preheating it. I've seen like Traxxas 3.3, brother. I've seen that thing go 324 fucking uh um uh 324 degrees Fahrenheit. I was like, what the fuck? How? Right? And that's the reason why they're fucking. Sorry, excuse my language. But that's the reason why their carburetors suck, because they warp at a certain temperature, brother. They can't seal right. That's why they run so lean, because you got air leaks everywhere and bubbles, air entering from all directions from the stupid carburetor body, because it's plastic, brother, and it warps sooner than metal. Metal's not gonna warp that easy like these metal ones, but the plastic ones, Traxxas ones. Maybe not the inlet where it goes in. Maybe that's made out of metal. I can't remember. I think harder plastic. But the first thing that warps is where the O-rings go. That's why you can't tune it, and they lose their tuning ability. You know, because they get so hot, it warps the carb. It only makes sense. They don't warp because of use. They warp because of the temperature, the heat, right? That's what I think. So yeah, your cylinder head, like I said, brother, it's not gonna be your crankcase. It's not gonna be the same tape like your cylinder head. I've also seen the reverse thing, like the cylinder head being like 180, and then the crankcase being 180, and the cylinder head like freaking 5,000. No, hot as hell. But that's because it's doing its job, brother. It's dissipating the heat up. And then if you cut this like halfway, it's not gonna dissipate as much heat, because you gotta know that from thermodynamics. It works the same way when you try to cool down a computer. The CPU and everything. And then you got a bunch of fucking heat right here, just shutting from like the combustion. It's more than you think. Like probably like 200 degrees at a time. I don't know how hot the combustion is, but it has to be pretty hot from being nitro, right? It's not igniting. It's fucking pressurizing it with the glow plug, right? So it has to be fucking hot. Every pop has to be hot, not compared to gasoline. Hot, hot, hot. So the heat has to go up, and if it's not enough heat being spread out, going up, the heat's gonna start going down. The chassis, then it's gonna go start getting to the carburetor, right? and it's gonna mess with your tune. It's gonna boil the fuel, right? So dissipating heat is key. And if you run this back to back, it's gonna get too hot. It's just gonna overheat, right? But it looks fucking cool. What do you think? Do you think this buggy can buggy? I mean, I know it doesn't look nice and neat. I was trying to put like aluminum hop ups, but I'm like, why? I'm trying to make this thing go fast. The only thing, maybe put some hubs, right? Nah, maybe no. The light is it already has good weight. This thing buggy. Oh man. Um, I hate bragging about it, brother, but I'm just like, it's my first time. Next run, I'm not gonna feel the same, even if I get to 70 or 80, maybe 80. uh, Harborian 222 cents is what you do, Nitro Bob. So get a baseline cold and no glow plug. Got it. Yeah, get a baseline cold, no glow plug. Feel the pinch, and then heat it up to 200 first. See if you get change, and then heat it up more, and then once you think the pinch is like the stress is been reduced a little from turning it over, try with the glow plug, tighten it up, and see and have a feel if you think that's gonna ruin your bump start, because it shouldn't be that hard and difficult to turn over, even with the glow plug tight, right? Because it's gonna get to the point where it's gonna be tight and running. No, and make sure you maintain the temperature and don't exceed wow, like say over 300. But I mean over I would not know, but too much, brother. Way too much. Like 150 degrees more, maybe 200 is your limit more. But be careful. Just keep an eye on it, and it should break in faster than usual. I mean, that's my bit. You know, I really don't. I wouldn't be telling you this if I wasn't at least over 50% of sure of it. You know, sure of what I'm saying, and knowing that even if it's 51, I can say that I did it from past experience. You know, not just because I read a book. You know, it took me a while to get it. Just like it took me a while to get that milk was ruining my body. And that's not because I'm allergic to milk. No. But brother, that's my secret. Um, um, what can I say more? Nothing, brother. Let's put on the pipe. Oh, mount my bracket. Hope y'all doing good today. What time is it? 11:10. Oh, I didn't finish reading the messages, man. I'm already over here skipping. I'm sorry, brother. I mean, I'm not sorry. Let me get back to it, brother. Whoa. Let me get back to it. Okay, here we go. Draco RC. Okay, baseline. Get your baseline, brother. No plug, and then heat it up, brother. And yeah, you should be good. You should be good, brother. You should be better than a blanket. But if you have a blanket, it could work too, brother. It could work too. Um, I'm running. Draco says the Works B621 engine in my buggy. Are they gone out of business? Oh, the Works. I think so. I've You can find a Works engine, brother, on eBay, and if it's not listed, you gotta stay posted. You gotta stay posted because they just list them, and somebody can snatch them and get a deal offer, or somehow just sell it, or maybe it goes on auction and you get it cheaper. It just depends, brother. I used to put so much work on trying to get cheaper things, but I realized that I should have never bought a used car. No, no, that's the beauty of it, brother. I don't know what I'm saying right now. Maybe I need more coffee. But what I'm saying is that you can get some good deals, brother. But sometimes you just question your life choices. You know, sometimes, and it sucks. But get through it. Come on. Thanks, man. You are helping me a lot with this knowledge. I have only done RTR engines. Yeah, RTR engines. Let me tell you something that I think about RTR engines. They come ready to run. They don't expect you to do a whole lot of breaking in. Maybe a pre-break in, maybe like a mild break in, but not a whole break in procedure like a freaking ones that you usually prefer to do an oil bath and pay. Who knows how much money to somebody do it properly, right? But most of the times I hear, oh, it broke. Oh, it's stuck. Oh, it's stuck atop the center. Right? I don't want to mention anybody. But yeah, brother, it's not stuck. I sent one time. Look at my face, brother. I mean, let me put my face. One time, I sent. I bought a replacement, a piston and sleeve replacement for my engine because I fucked it up. I didn't preheat it. I tried to start it like that when it's cold, and I removed the glow plug and started like that, and it didn't last. It didn't last because two fuel tanks. I rushed it, and I still would have broken it some other way. Maybe later down the line if I would have done idle break-ins. But I started running it a little bit, quarter throttle after two tanks sit right, and it snapped. The connecting rod snapped, so the engine's the G 3.0, right? The HPI. The snap. I ordered a replacement. I sent it back. You know why I sent it back? Because I thought it would get stuck sooner, and it would get stuck, and then I would have a hard time pulling it out. And I was like, man, it's not the right size. There's something wrong here. I was expecting to feel a broken one that's already broken in, but it would get stuck because that's how they come. And it needs heat to open up, brother. Depending, not all of them. That's what I was saying. Not all of them are the same. Not all of them come out cut the same. From factory. Some of them are gonna need more break in because it has more pinch. The other one less because it's almost. But RTRs are not like that. They specifically have. I'm pretty sure they check them so they're not too tight. You know, where it's gonna break. Because you can start them mostly and they'll be fine when you just open up the glow plug a little bit, right? But I've never had an RTR engine, a brand new one. Usually it would be whatever comes in the RTR car, right? But I've noticed that they're easier to start, and they're not like a one that doesn't come on would be that's low end. I mean that's right there. 200s would be the big red or an LRP. LRP engine, damn, that thing took some heat, and believe me, it takes some heat. You know, it takes some heat with the LRPs too. And yeah, there's a rumor out there too saying that they're easy to warp because their material's thinner. But I'm thinking that the bigger they are, the more pinch it has too. Probably that could be the case. That has to be the case because I have a brand new point .7 and it's so easy to turn over. I can feel the compression, but they're so easy to turn over, right? And the smaller you go, like a Cox engine, easier to turn over without the glow plug or with the glow plug. I guess the bigger you go, the harder. I mean, the more pinch they come, but they don't all come the same. Those engine heaters work when they are already broken in for better start. Yes, yes. The engine heaters, Hyperborean, they do work when you preheat them and they're already broken in. But to have it broken in, maybe because the more break-ins you do, the more you shape it, so the less heat you're gonna need. But operating temperature from any engine is like 200, maybe 180 lowest that I know, maybe lower, right? Bigger engines like airplane engines, but these engines, I seen them run at their best and heard from the rest that 200 to 220. 230 is a little heating, right? On the crankcase, not the cylinder head. The cylinder head is never the same temperature as the crankcase, right? So always check the crankcase. And not both sides are always the same heat temperature, so you want to check it on both sides, right? Not close to the exhaust, because that's the hottest part. Maybe in the front and both sides. That way you get a better, you know. But it only makes sense, right? And I think I think that's what I'm saying. I think that could be one of the hacks, one of the extra works that you got to do unless you want to pay, which is not wrong. Maybe an oil bath is a lot better than breaking it in with heat, right? But even the oil bath has to heat up the oil to 200 degrees or something like that, right? 220. Those machines heat up that thing to like 220, 230, right? Um, Yeah, overall, bro, I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I like sharing this stuff, and I say it over and over again, and I'm not gonna get tired of it because I feel personally that I'm helping anybody out that likes to fiddle around with this, because it's a lot of work. But if you have the time and you want to have the dues or the dues to find a reason to do this and prolong the use of you can always just experiment. I'm not selling you anything. I always tell people I'm not selling you anything. I always feel like I'm selling you something, but I always gotta say, look, I shouldn't be saying any of this, and if I'm saying it, then maybe I don't know. I don't see, I can't find a reason why I would make this up, you know uh and I don't find a reason why I should stop saying this, because I've said it plenty of times, enough to like say. Now I'm thinking I'm trying to convince myself to keep going. It's a mind game. I'm just doing it, brother. I'm doing it, and it doesn't matter. You know, and I like it. I like it that y'all like it. Yeah, usually you don't have to go through wheels, brother. Bump start wheels, even at break-ins, brother. I don't think, even at startups, those wheels are grippy enough. Unless you have a really smooth flywheel, brother. But the wheels, they catch grip, brother. They catch real grip. Those wheels, they don't play around. You seen it with your thumb. And I don't know if you ever got your thumb caught on the wheel, but yeah, that shit hurts. Um, yeah, and then it has a lot of torque. It's already spinning, right? So I don't think those wheels are designed to wear out so fast where you gotta buy one every freaking time you break one in, because that's what it looked to me, right? That's how it seems to me. Team Associated Kit says Draco. Yeah, I'm boring hyena. I got some Bone Motorsports break-in oil fill edited too. Never used it before. Filled with 9% oil and thought more oil for a race. Hold on. Never used and thought more oil for a race. Yeah, usually break-in. I see. What I've seen is that all the fuel that you buy that's specified for break-in, kind of like who has that? I think TNR now has that. Or it says or VP. Yeah, it says for break-in, and most of the time they have it over 12% oil content, or 10, 11, 9% usually like oil. I mean race fuel. It's like, because look at it. Why would race fuel have less percent content oil? Just hear me out for a second. Let me pull this out. They got variants, right, of fuel. You have the break-in, you have the race that's 7 or 8% oil, or 7 or 9. And then you have break-in that has higher oil content. Wouldn't it make sense that it has lower oil content because it's already broken in? There's more space. It doesn't have that much pinch, so it doesn't have that much friction until it gets to its top end, right? Or maybe the way it's shaped, it's already uniform, with the sleeve and the piston and the sleeve are uniform around, right? So there's no uneven whatever trying to create pressure. So since, just say there's not a lot of friction, wouldn't it make sense that they would use less oil content because it causes less friction? The more friction you have, the more oil you need so it can slide, right, and not cause damage. That's why there's different oil weights on cars, right? Like 05 weight oil, 010 W4. I don't know what to call it. Can't remember. 0530 weight oil. I don't know what to call it, right? So if they have different oil percentages, right? That means they have it for different types of compression ratios, which are different type of engines like airplanes or boats. And then, you know, so that only makes sense. You know, a brand new engine that has it's all factory pinch, how they usually come to break them in, right? They have to have more oil content so it can slide easier and not cause a lot of damage the way we were breaking it in, the way the manual says, right? So if you're going by that much, that means you have to add more oil so it doesn't cause that much damage. That's the idea of more oil content, right? And once it's broken in, it doesn't have that much pinch, so for factory, so less oil content. Because with less oil content, you make more boom, right? That's what I'm saying. That only makes sense if you put it together. Or am I wrong? Am I thinking wrong? Am I tripping out? Because I don't think so. I might be wrong, but I'm not tripping out, brother. I might be thinking differently. It might be not making sense to you or whatnot, but I think I understood myself. Um, yeah, Arborian. That's what it is, brother. I guess that's my thing. I like helping. It's 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 good. I've changed my ways. I like to help now. It's not that I like giving and receiving, but I like being part of it, brother. That's what it takes to be part of it. When you want to be part of something, you gotta attend like meetings. You gotta put in work, brother. It's not just fun for me just to go out there, by myself. Now I want to bring you all guys all along. I mean, yeah, I will go test it by myself, cause I don't want to show you me. I don't want to show you, something that you already probably went through. But something like this, I would show how I'm tuning it. That way you can see how difficult maybe it could be to tune. But something that's like an RTR, I won't show you what's tuned. I'll just show you the speed. What it does. But with something new, I'll start from the beginning. You know, give you guys a better idea of what's going on here, because look at this. I try to have it like, I was lucky that I found a engine mount that would kind of line up with, well, it did line up actually. but it was already messed up. Oh, because this thing's been ran over by a truck. Like the whole wheel went over the cylinder head. And I went home. In 30 minutes, I went back out there and ran it again because I was so not pissed, but from seeing it get ran over and the nervousness, it was enough energy to it was enough pump pump action from my heart to convert it to fix this. I guess put on the vise, started hammering it. 30 minutes, it was out there. And that was the beginning of the with the Hyper 21. I had the Hyper first. Now with this one, man, I want to see what it does against a Nova Rossi. But this thing. I think it can do pretty good. It can keep up. uh, Thanks for all the help, man. You're absolutely right, bro. You know what you're talking about. Well, brother, I mean, it's it's good to. I mean, that's why that's where all the relentless thingy that like you gotta make it work. You gotta see what the hell's going on. You know, it's pretty not detrimental, but it's freaking like you gotta break through it. You know, it's like I always told myself, you know, some like you always start off low everywhere you go, whatever profession, you always gotta start from the zero, right? And it's difficult. It's hard. Like every time you get when you start from zero and you feel like you've been on it for 2, 3 years, it just gets harder, but easier, but harder, easier and longer. But it's good because if you're doing it because you know you're willing to do it and you get a good time out of it, right? Of learning because it's always a learning experience every time. Even though you put the kit together, you always learn something about it, right? Every time if you pay attention that much, you know. This thing, like, so many things broke, and I still went through it. It's sad, and then I was like, man, it started looking better. I started putting these shocks right here and started making it look like a bug, you know, bug that buggies, and it's a buggy. So I called it the Triple B, you know, uh, uh, buggy. I don't know what I called it, but I called it Big Bad Buggy. This is a 110 scale, right? And I didn't see it, so I got amped up on trying to make it fast, and like, and I'm glad I haven't stopped because look, this thing is running beyond my expectations. I was like, they spec'd it out the same as the LRP 32 with like 4.3 horsepower and you know whatnot. But now I'm like man, it's awesome. It's like I didn't think it was gonna work. I mean, yeah, I did have my hopes up. I didn't say, hey, it's gonna fucking break, but I did have it in my mind that maybe it's gonna fail. So I was looking at it both ways, right? But you keep going, you keep going, you keep pushing yourself, you will learn so much and you keep learning and learning and learning and learning and the learning just never stops, brother. I'll tell you that. And then when you pick up a frequency, say you start doing this every you know, just know that if you start feeling depressed, it's because you need this. You've turned it into you. You know, it's become you. You know, it's not the RC no more. It's you, right? You know what I mean? So
Got
it's
mail.
part of you. It's your extension now. Because this, it's like saying, I don't know, like your cell phone. You know, things you put your attention a lot that you love. That's what love is. You know, love is not an emotion. I always thought love had to do with sex, right? But it doesn't. It has to do with magnetism, with putting things together. You know, with with doing the effort of whatever outcome it is, you're still together. Like like you and your body trying to become one, right? But the mind, your mind and your body's trying to become one. Your mind and your table is trying to become one. Everything around you is consciousness trying to become you. You know? That's why I think we eat, because you are what you eat. So whatever you eat, transforming you. You're becoming it. So in my face is my face does my face look like the buggy? You know how they say that your car look, you ever get the feeling that why do owners look like their cars when they get them? They always pick a car that looks like them or their dog. They always end up looking like their dog or the dog ends up looking like them. It's one of the two, right? But that's what it is. You look around, you explore the world, and you choose what you want to become. Because you're not, just know that you're not your body. You have your body, you're in your body, but there's other stuff that are part of you that are trying to become, uh, that are trying to get your attention. You know, if I make sense, right? So I feel closer to this than ever before. Before it was like a disposable fucking buggy, a disposable buggy that didn't even cost nothing, right? The cheapest buggy, right? Now it's like, man, this thing I want to put brand new pro lines now. I want to put better shocks, maybe a carbon fiber chassis. Uh, Remove this and relocate the servo so I can add brakes. Take it to the next level. Every time, I go out there, a brand new thing. Same RC, but something new. Whether it's the wheels, brand new fuel line, different uh, fuel content, nitro content, different carb, different filter, or different gearing, different engine. Always something different because I like to advance. I mean, it's in my blood. I mean, it's not. It's in our blood. I think that's why the years exist. I think that's why we have children, because our children are us, and that's how we advance generationally, right? That's how I think we'll live forever because we are our children, our ancestors. That's what makes us, right? Uh, it's always about technical advances too. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Hyperborean. Thank you, brother. Hope you have a great night. Get some rest, brother. I hope you have a great rest. And tune in later if I'm gonna keep going. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna keep it going. Look into my eyes and tell me what you see, brother. I'm gonna keep it going, bro. What you say? All right, brother. Catch you later, brother. Take care. Yeah, no worries, brother. That's what we're here for, brother. You know, to pass it on, pass on, right? And even though my stuff isn't right, I'm not trying to hold you back, but even though my stuff is not right, it's always good to know an opinion of one and the others. That way you can put your own puzzle together, right? That's what I always thought myself. You always listen to everybody and just throw what you don't need and grab what you can use. You know? So always listen. Always have your eyes peeled. I mean, your ears and eyes peeled, obviously. 100% awareness, brother. Let's raise our awareness, brother. That's the plot. Peace. I'm not leaving. Later. Yeah, spreading the awareness, brother. That's the deal right here. Oh, my coffee's cold. Cold brewed. Okay. Now, I can allow myself to. I need a bracket. What do we call this? Yeah, this is awesome. I can't wait till y'all see the damn video. I mean, not the damn video. I didn't really expect I was gonna hit 65. When I hit 63, I was like, what the? No way. I hit 55 with the Hyper 21. 65. That's 10 miles an hour more. 10 miles an hour more, brother. Yeah, brother, I hear you. Yeah, Hyperborean. All right, brother. Take care, brother. Yeah, so 65. Oh, man. 10 miles an hour. I was expecting only like 5 miles an hour, maybe 2 or 3 or 4. But 10, that's a lot. And they could do more because I think it topped out at 65. And I'll tell you why. Oh, no, I can't tell you why. I won't be able to describe it in picture. So I gotta wait until y'all see the motion picture. And man, it's gonna be super, super, super. All right. I'm always breaking these things. What is going on? Oh, that's because I'm using the wrong one. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We got the battery here, and then we fix it up. Yeah, it's like 11:39, baby. Brother, that is awesome. You guys are awesome. Let's go, ever. Let's go. This ain't gonna fit, bro. Hey, hey, man. I said, it's true. Oh, no, no. Yeah, it's always gonna break if I keep using the same one. Maybe this one will work. I guess this one's it. This one's it, brother. This one's it. Got it. We got it. So quiet. What happened? Hey, brother, look. Listen. Look and listen. What's going on here? Okay. I hope it's not too short. Like, too short. Here. Oh, what is up, brother? What do we have? Okay, let's see. I hope this is not too short. Oh, not enough leverage. Go. I don't want it to crack. All let's do is crack. All let's do is whip with the crack. I could crack. I could crack. I could crack. You got the crack. I got the crack. No, I don't, brother. I just played. The fucking song popped in my head. From 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz. All I do is wake up with the snap. Oh man. Yeah, people think I do crack, but I did crack once. That shit was whack. I was like, what the fuck is. I mean, man, it was like stupid. I didn't get the point of it. Like, zero. Like, cigarettes had more reason to do it. Crack, I think that was just not my brain wasn't. I don't know what the. Maybe my brain was like, hey, that's the same shit you're producing. Just store it for later instead of shooting it through your brain. But no, I never got a kick out of crack. Fucking, that was awful. I was so drunk and they told me use this. I was like, what was that? They were like, it's crack. And I was like, what? That shit's wet. What is it supposed to do? I was like, people were tripping out and I was like, what the fuck are they tripping on? I was like, what the fuck? Pointless. That was a long time ago, brother. Long time ago. A place in my dreams. Not in my memory because maybe they implanted those in my memory. What is up, brother? Man, let's take that out. I got the grenade. Grenade. No matter what I do, I still crack. I got the. Shouldn't even say that. Switch it. Alright, all I needed was a bracket to hold the pipe. Hold it down. Silly, silly. Check my. Oh my god. My gear mesh never moved. Jail. What is up, brother? I'll be right back. Get something. Lunch on and heat up my coffee. It's cold. Let me write it down. I'll be back in less than 5. Alright, y'all, I'm signing out. I think, yeah, I was gonna go with the 3-speed, but I'm gonna do separate tomorrow. That way I get a little bit of rest. But thank you, bro, for tuning in. And I should go out tomorrow morning after I upload my video. Alright, brothers. Stay up. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in.